Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to talk to you today about this Ryobi 3302 and a major problem that I had with it and how I eventually fixed it. And I do have a confession. I made a dumb mistake, but I'm in a better place now for it, and I wanted to show you how to do it because several people have had this problem. Many people have had it. I was able to find a few blogs where some people had the same problem. And the problem was this: right about here on the sheet of paper, it was putting a line. I called it a ghost line. It's not popular enough for anybody to really come up with an actual term for it, but I called it a ghost line because it was toning. But usually when you get toning, it starts up at the gripper and it kind of goes this way. Well, for some reason, it was coming here and just here, and it would not go away. I couldn't do anything to make that go away. The first thing I did was check all my stripes, all the pressures, all the nips, and the water system, everything, and I put it all to where it's supposed to be. And I want to say a big thank you to Steve in Australia. Your emails really helped me because you helped me get it straight. Um, Even when I had one job where all I was printing was the watermark, a very light watermark. So I was barely putting any water or any ink on it, and I had turned up the water just to make sure that that went away, and the line still came back just as dark as the watermark. So it's extremely frustrating when you have that problem. So the way or the one thing that was the common thread in all the problems when people were blogging about it, I found a few places where some people had that problem, and the conversations that happened afterwards were everything that me and Steve had talked about, um, and they didn't really seem to come up with a sure reason. But the main reason is that it was very hot in Houston. We had a record heat wave, and it stayed hot for about a month, about 110 degrees almost every single day, 105 and up. And at night, it would go down to maybe 85. And the building that I was in was not really equipped to handle a print shop. So what I had to do, what I had done already, is I built a room around the press to make a small press room with an AC inside there, and it just wasn't enough to keep up. It could not keep the temperature below 95. No way, even at night. um, I would leave the AC running all night. I'd come in the morning. It was still sitting at maybe 93, and so I just could not print in that situation. So what I did is I brought the machine here to this other building that's attached to my house, and I was able to keep the temperature down over here. Now, one thing that I did do that really had a big effect on the line is I took the rollers off, cleaned the ink off of them, and scrubbed them with Ajax. You can use Ajax or Comet, either or, and that lowered the intensity of the line to about 50% of what it was before. And so that had a huge effect. And then the fact that I was able to lower the temperature pretty much made that line go away. But in the afternoon, it would get hotter and the line would come back. And at that point, I didn't care. I could print and without a line at some part of the day, and I was happy. But it still came back. But I just kept functioning like that. And then one of my friends called me and he said, "Hey man, tell me again how you mix your water, your fountain solution." And I said, "Well, I put a very small amount of Pro 3 in there, about this much, and then I add about the same amount of alcohol, bring it up to here, and then I fill the rest with water." And he goes, "Okay, okay. Tell me again what kind of water system you have on your press." And I said, "Well, I have the 5 roller crest line." And he goes, I think he cussed a little bit in Spanish. and then he said, you're not supposed to use alcohol on that water system. That water system went to AA, did the steps, got the ribbon. No alcohol, man. So this whole time, I've been using alcohol on a water system that's not supposed to take alcohol. So I took the alcohol out of the mix and I mixed it again, and that line has not come back. I've even pushed it. I let it get up to like 95 in here. I turned the AC off. The line didn't come back. It started toning, but the line didn't come back. So if you have that problem, check everything, check your stripes, do that first off. That should be done anyway. And make sure that you're not running alcohol on a water system that doesn't require alcohol. If it's got a chrome roller, it's supposed to have alcohol. If it doesn't have a chrome roller, don't put alcohol. I've always just mixed it with alcohol just because. That's just the way I've always done it. All these press operators that I'd seen working at all these other companies that I worked for, they mixed alcohol in it regardless. They also kept it at about 75 degrees in there too. And when we went through the winter months over here, when I'm printing at 65 degrees in here, I'm happy. I have zero problems. So the temperature is number one. If you're having problems with toning, definitely clean your rollers with Ajax or Comet and check all of your pressures and everything. That's the most important, because now it doesn't matter whatever. I can run big solids, I can run anything, and it doesn't tone up. I'm good. I'm happy. It's like Zen. So anyway, I hope this information helps you. Have a wonderful day.